Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Taylor Teaches English. In this episode, we're going to learn some conversational words and phrases. These are mostly used about describing people, places, or things. Okay, guys, let's jump into it. Hardly ever. Hardly ever means almost never. For example, you hardly ever call me anymore. Is there a problem? Another good example is, I hardly ever go to that store. It's not very big. They don't have many things to buy. Hardly ever is used very commonly in American English. Remember, it means almost never. At least. At least indicates that a situation could be worse. This is also very common in American English. You want to sound American? Listen to this. For example, it's cold outside today, but at least it isn't raining. Here's another one. You crashed your car, but at least you have insurance. You fell down the stairs, but at least the stairs aren't very long. These are examples of using at least because the situation could be worse. When you crash your car, if you didn't have insurance, then you'd have to pay a lot more money. If you fell down a long staircase, you would get hurt a lot more. The next one is what about? What about, and then asking a question, is a way to ask the same question about a different topic. For example, are you all going to the game? Yeah, Jack and I are going. What about Joe? Oh, no, he can't go. So if you ask a question, but you want to find more information using the same question, you can use what about. Let's do another example. Are you going to class? Yeah, my dad and I are going to Taekwondo this evening. Are you going to Taekwondo this evening? Are you going to karate class tonight? Yeah, me and my dad are going. What about your sister? No, she can't. She's busy tonight. Let's do one more. Are you guys coming to dinner with us? Yeah, my sister and my mom are coming. What about your dad? Oh, he can't make it. He's still at work. The next one is I mean. I mean usually precedes further explanation of previous information. For example, she keeps her house really clean. I mean, she dusts and vacuums every day. For example, let's use another one. We could say, he's a very careful driver. I mean, he always follows the speed limit. So what we're doing is we make a statement and we provide further information by saying I mean, by giving some types of examples. Let's do one more. He's very serious about his studies. I mean, he stays up all night studying before all of his exams. The next one is in the first place. In the first place is used to present the first example of why you do or don't like something. And we can also continue by saying secondly or in the second place. Here's an example. We're not happy in the suburbs. In the first place, it takes us almost 2 hours to get to work. In the second place, when we get home, we're exhausted. We can continue this by saying plus. Plus, we spend so much on gas. Not to mention that the kids are in a daycare for more than 10 hours. So this is providing a list of reasons why somebody doesn't like living in the suburbs. They say in first place, or in the first place, it takes us almost 2 hours to get to work. In the second place, when we get home, we're exhausted. Plus, we spend so much money on gas. Not to mention the kids are in daycare for 10 hours. So if you have a lot of complaints, or not a lot of complaints, so if you have a lot of reasons for doing something, remember this sentence pattern. In the first place, in the second place, plus, not to mention. Each one of those is a reason. Let's do one more example. I don't like going to that gym. In the first place, it's too far from my home. In the second place, it's really expensive. Plus, the people that go there are all kind of dirty. Not to mention the staff is rude. I just gave 4 reasons why I don't want to go to a particular gym. Then, let's continue with the last one, then. It can introduce a logical conclusion. For example, I've got my tickets and my bags packed. Then you're all ready to go. One more time. Let's do another one. Once you clean up your room, then you'll be ready to go to your friend's house. So we're saying, then you'll be ready to do something. In conclusion, you'll be ready. Another one could be, he worked all day long building his model. Another one would be, after I finish working on this project, then I'll be ready to go have dinner. Once again, we're using then to talk about finally I'll be ready to go. After I'm finished with this, at last I'll be ready. But instead of at last or finally, we're using then to talk about the end. That is it for this episode of Taylor Teaches English. In this episode, we covered phrases and words like at least, what about, I mean, in the first place, then, and hardly ever. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Like and subscribe at Taylor Teaches English. Thank you. Have a great day.